All right, so let's go a little bit over timeline of when shit will launch. Bare minimum, the earliest PulseChain will launch is May. Bare minimum. That's like a little bit of hopium. If I'm truly looking at the calendar, right? Because like right now, look, we're in the middle of March, right? So I pretty much think we're going to finish up the rest of this month with so we got the testnet, right? The testnet launches tomorrow. Okay, cool. So the guys, some of the guys in Hex will be jacking off over that shit for about a week and then get over it. And then we got the rest of then we got the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30, 31. Cool. Then pretty much we have, in terms of macro wise, what do we have in April that's so fucking important? Well, we got taxes, we got tax season. So some people are going to be selling. So and what I think is going to end up happening is that we're going to have a slight recovery in the prices of crypto after the 15th of April overall. Okay. Because there's going to be some people filing their taxes last minute and selling some stuff down. So you're going to have a little still volatility in the market afterwards. Most people, if you have a business or you have anything, you literally could extend your taxes from April to September after that. So once that gets kind of extended out, it's just, there won't be as much volatility because people will be able to pump the market, take profits, and do all that other jazz. So I wouldn't be shocked Richard launches possibly snapshot after the 15th. That's my guess, because if people are gonna buy or sell anything of Hex and stuff, you want all that stuff to be a little bit later on, right? But it just kind of, I mean, but for tax purposes, it's going to be, you're going to be charged anyway in April of next year anyway. So there's just a lot of stuff. But in terms of when I think tax, it's going to be right after the 15th of April for the snapshot. Afterwards, we're probably, there's going to be probably an announcement of an announcement, right? So this whole thing. So once a snapshot happens, there's going to be a couple days of it kind of like teetering off, and then from there it's like, okay, you guys, the PulseChain is going to launch on this date. So it's this whole thing where just narrative wise to stretch everything out, right? Like, okay, so boom, testnet lags everybody out. Cool, week of nothing. Hey, you guys, little obtuse sort of like hints during tweets and stuff like that and streams, and then snapshot happens. And depending on how Richard does it, if he does it like a week from now, the snapshot's happening. Damn, that's bullish. I think it's a little more bullish if he waits 3 days, if he gives a 3-day notice. But if he gets a 1-day notice, our pump might only go to 40 cents. So in terms of what I think, like low end in terms of the snapshot pump, it's going to be 30 cents. That's the lowest end of where I think the snapshot pump will go to. On the higher end, we're going to hit the all-time high, but we're going to bounce off of it. We're going to hit all-time high and then bounce down. So I don't think we don't have enough time with the snapshot. If the price was a little higher, I think we could actually break all-time highs. But I think we're going to get a close retest. And if we hit 50 cents, I would call that pretty much all-time highs. But 56 cents technically being the 10,000x on the Hex price. So if we were to get that bounce up, right? If we were to get that bounce up, 30 cents, depending on how much time he gave us. If it's a 1-day thing, like, hey, snapshots in 24 hours, motherfuckers, at snapshot happens at 00 UTC time. Peace, bitches. And he rolls out like this, then pretty much the Hex price will go to 18 cents, like that. 18 cents would be like that. Like that. Like the snap of a finger. Like 18 cents. Bam! 18 cents. We'd teeter there for a couple hours, and boom, we hit the 22, and then we'd just be inching along. We'd be inching along, probably a little dip down, inching up, bam, slip down, and then boom, we hit 33 cents basically, and then that's where I think we'd stay on a 1-day pump. If we get 3 days, if we get 3 days, like 3 days ahead of time, like, hey, the snapshot's happening in 3 days. A lot of money in this motherfucker. If we get 3 days, I think that's kind of a perfect enough time. That would allow the YouTube talking heads and all of us on YouTube and stuff, and all the YouTubers to be like, hey, bro, holy shit, the snapshot, you guys, we have to get Hex. We have to get a Hex. Oh my God, the snapshot's happening. Oh my God. Like, Hulkamania going wild. All that shit. If we get 3 days, be like, in terms of like the snapshots in 3 days happening at 00 UTC time. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like that. But And then I doubt this to me seems like because game theory wise, I don't think he would do this, but I don't think he would do a week. Giving people a week to do it would cause could cause problems because having a 3-day notice would be maximum pump with the least amount of like whale fuckery versus if you gave it a week, you would get more retail people to buy it. So it's a lot of chop. Even with like I don't like because I if 3 days we basically worst case scenario we'd get 41 cents, maybe 44 cents on the price of Hex for the snapshot pump to about the 56 cents pump, right? Which would be the all-time highs. If Hex was at 25 cents right now, we would probably hit like, if we're at 25 cents right now or 33 cents, we would have probably hit 90 cents on the pump. So yeah. And your hex sailing is right, yeah, because right now, look, so yeah, like you're right. So in terms like so basically we're basically having we're having the launch of the V 2.5, the V 2.5 test net. Then eventually we're gonna have the 3.0, the V3, baby. V3. This isn't a V2, this is a V3. V3. Right, we're gonna have the V3 one, right? So a little bit of hype and like, wow, so cool, awesome, karate action, all that jazz, right? But that's just kind of what it is. Yeah, you don't make money with if though. What I do. I'm sorry, you don't, Jim. That seems very sad. But Ryan B. But once the V3 launch, it's all having these. It's all about